Day, folks, and welcome to the YouTube channel M&D Made Simple. I'm your host, Coach Alexander, and welcome to our next topic, which is what is a log frame? Now, to start with, if you're here looking to know more about what a log frame is, you've come to the right place because I'm going to keep it simple and you're going to learn this within 5 to 10 minutes. Now, to start with, think of a log frame as the heart of M&E. You know, a log frame is the Bible for any monitoring and evaluation specialist because that's where most of the information is found to do effective M&E for any project intervention. Now, I usually like to go to Google because Google is the king of search, and to tell you the truth, if you go to Google right now and type the keyword, what is a log frame, you're going to discover a lot of information. There's just a span of literature out there. But let's go right now and see for ourselves what is on the internet. So I've opened Google there and I'm going to type what is a log frame. We can see there are over 150,000 results telling us that actually there's a lot of literature. Now there's a working definition which Google themselves has chosen as the best. So let me read it out right now. It says a log frame is a tool for improving the planning, implementation, management, monitoring and evaluation of projects. The log frame is a way of structuring the main elements in a project and highlighting the logical linkages between them. Now, to give you just to digest this definition, really, what this is telling us that in a log frame, there should be logical flow from activities undertaken to what the project wants to achieve at the end of the day. So if I gave you a simplified definition, I'll just say that a log frame details the activities that are to be undertaken and the results from those activities, as well as the overall long-term impact. And here I have an example of a log frame. This log frame is detailing the rural education project. Now, if you notice there, just where the cursor is pointing, activities, outputs, immediate objective, development objective, you discover that the activities, whatever is undertaken at this level, will give you the outputs or the product of what comes out of these activities. And the outputs in turn will give you the immediate objective. So in short, what I'm saying here is that there needs to be some logical flow from this level up to the development objective. If there's no logical flow at these points, then you cannot qualify this as a log frame. Sorry about that. So now let's start by looking at this example quickly in a critical sense. So while you have this logical flow from here, you also have the indicators, the data sources, and critical assumptions. Now, as a working example, we've been given just an example of how this works. Take, for instance, the activities for this rural education project starts by classroom building, teachers training. Now, the training of these teachers and the classroom building, what would this translate to? Well, what they are telling us is that if you have teachers trained, it means that in the short term, the rural school system will be strengthened. And if the rural school system is strengthened, then there will be an increase increased access to primary education. And what they're saying is that if you have increased access to primary education, then this will lead to a fight in poverty in rural areas. So, what this rural education project is focusing on, I'm sure you can see the logic already. What they're focusing on here is capacitating the teachers and also building infrastructure in terms of the classrooms. And once this is done at this level, then the increased education will lead to reduced poverty levels. Now, the trick here for an M&D officer is to see to it that he concentrates his mind on the indicators, and the indicators here are clearly defined. So, how do you measure poverty levels? Well, according to this Logframe, poverty levels reduce fighting in poverty in rural areas is measured by knowing the average wage, okay, and this is in monetary terms, and access to secondary school. So the assumption is that when you have more people going into secondary school, then this will lead to a fight in poverty. Then increase access to primary education, enrollment and completion rates. All these are indicators. And then it also defines the data sources, which includes Ministry of Education, Finance. This is where you get the data for this. And Ministry of Education again features here. That's where you get the information for this indicator here. And then these outputs, they're talking about the doing project monitoring, could be on a quarterly or semi-annual basis. This is what feeds into this indicator. So in a nutshell, as you can see, you can clearly see why this log frame is actually the main Bible, the gist for any M&D specialist, because at the end of the day, an M&D officer may not even need to read through the project document or the narrative. He just needs to go straight to the log frame and he'll clearly understand what he's trying to capture in the reports, because at the end of the day, when he's going to do his reports to backdoor donors or to stakeholders, these indicators should be clearly explained. Sorry about that. So that's what a log frame is. But if you want to do some more research, please feel free to Google yourself out. There's so much literature. Even USAID has something to say about logical frameworks. You can go to Google. There's a lot of PDF files out there. So make use of all this information and you're going to get a clear understanding of what a log frame is. So that's the end. That's all I had for you today. And my name has been Coach Alexander, and see you on the other side.